Hi. I was thinking a lot this week about relationships, whether it's friendship, lover, family, colleagues, doesn't matter, relationships, and how society, family, religion, culture has conditioned us that we must always remain attached to everybody that enters our lives. We can never walk away from family, even if they're toxic. We must just conform and obey and make ourselves small so that we fit in, so that we're not shining too brightly, so we don't offend somebody. But really, it's all kind of garbage, if you ask me. When we step out of the matrix and we start to look at the kinds of relationships that we have in our lives, and the more we wake up and become conscious to the patterns, beliefs, and behaviors that we've been functioning from on a subconscious level our entire lives, we might discover that the narrative we've been fed about who we have to keep in our lives and why we have to keep them there and what we have to do to obey and conform and be small is just really garbage. Okay? So I wanted to share a few things I've learned or that have really risen to the surface as I've done more of my healing work the last year and a half about relationships. So number one, let's talk about family. Now, everybody I've ever met has basically told me you can't leave your family. You have to stay in touch with your family. They get so angry if you walk away from your family. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's required. We need space. When we are constantly in a toxic or codependent or abusive situation, there is no space to process. We are constantly in survival mode, PTSD mode. It is not a fun place to be. Whether it's a family relationship or a marriage, a friendship, work, it doesn't matter. The more we're in it, the less space we have to process and step back and look at it. Sometimes walking away is the best thing we can do for ourselves so that we can get clear on our role in whatever's playing out. Okay, and again, a lot of it is on the subconscious level. We have learned it since birth. We've been conditioned by parents, religion, education, society, government, culture, country, everything to be a certain way. Now, I can say personally that having walked away from family multiple times and really taking space and looking at my part in the whole situation that was playing out and the patterns that kept repeating and the pain that kept coming up, when I looked at that for myself, got honest with it, and did the healing work and let it go, the entire relationship shifted, especially one that I had never thought I would have again, that is not a perfect relationship by society's standards, but it's a relationship and it's peaceful and it's respectful. Even though we're still very different people, it's taken on a whole new life, which is not toxic anymore. It's actually pleasant. But I really did have to step back and look at my own stuff and just cut contact and take space. Now, if we talk about friendships, there are a lot of people I've had in my life who think they have to hold on to everybody that has ever come into their life. Because how horrible of a person are you if you just cut contact? Even though they're part of your past and they have no business being in your present, they just think it's horrible. But I have been aware for most of my life that people are not always meant to stay forever and ever. Amen. Some people come into your life for a reason and for a short period of time. Sometimes they show up as a relationship, and it's a karmic thing that you have to work through. And I can tell you the last several years I've been in one of those, and while there were some good times, it was also a lot of hell. Okay? And only once I got space and couldn't travel anymore did I have the time to really look at it and be out of the fight or flight, PTSD, constant energy, and really look at where I was functioning from, where other people were functioning from, and to shift it. I've also learned, especially this year, that some people show up in your life because they like your light. They like the energy that you offer. And they're only interested in taking that. And the more that you kind of go after them, chase them, or just be present for them, because that's what you've always done, when they need help, but they don't reciprocate. And so you have to look at that. Where am I functioning from? Is it a codependency thing? Am I overgiving? Is it just that I've been conditioned because I'm an empath and such a nice person that I have to be there for everybody to help save everybody? Well, we don't. Okay, that's old programming. We can let go of that. Some people show up in our lives to bring us a lesson. Like, I have a friend that showed up this year who I'm pretty certain the primary function of this individual in my life is to make me laugh, remind me to play and be silly, to smile more, and that's it. They're a friend. We can talk about a lot of interesting things. We do have some things in common, but it's all more kind of surface level. There isn't a sharing of hard stuff. And you know what? That's okay. And actually, it's a little bit refreshing to have a friend like that. Then, there are people that come into our lives to just kind of pop in and pop out to make us aware of something, or a pattern that maybe we thought we'd let go of, and they're here to test us and see, have we really let go of that? And those people might only be in your life for a very short time, because if you've learned the lesson and you've let go of the programming and the ways that you were functioning, then they leave. So my invitation to you today is to just take a look at where you're functioning from. Okay, what do your relationships look like? Are you working with people who are constantly dumping stuff on you because they don't want to do the work, or they're always taking from you, or something else is going on? Are you constantly overgiving to people in your life, where they're only there to suck your energy dry and to take everything that you can give? Are there mentors showing up that are ready to help you shine your light and to take you to the next level of your journey? Are there new teachers showing up because you've asked for some kind of knowledge? Who else is showing up? Why are they showing up? Especially as we start to look at what other things are coming to the surface, all of the shadow, all of the darkness. It's igniting in us things that we need to look at. And again, most of this comes through relationships. So my invitation to you, again, is to look at where you're functioning from in your relationships, and to just make some new choices. Step out of the box that you've been put in. Do what's right for you. It doesn't matter what society thinks. They're not living your life. You're living your life. So what kind of relationships do you want to have? Ones that drain you, or ones that contribute to creating even more amazing things in your life? All of life is a choice, and every person that walks into it is there for a reason. But it's your choice how long you hang on to them, if you need to hang on to them. I'd love to hear what you think. What have you observed over the last year and a half since the world started shutting down and games were being played, still being played? What are you noticing about relationships? Please comment.